know that. I hope you know that.
Hello everyone, welcome to Calicia's Tea. So we have a special guest today. Introduce yourself, special guest.
My name is Clyde. People call me Cash. My Instagram is Cash with a K. That's KASHWITHAK. Make sure you get it correct.
And where you from?
Brooklyn.
Okay, so we're going to start off with this or that, and this is inspired by We Talk Back podcast. So basically, I'm going to give you two options, and you say whichever one you want.
Okay.
All right, home cooked food or fine dining?
Home cooked food.
Old school rap or new school rap?
Old school rap.
One more baby or done having kids?
Done.
Dream wedding and be broke or courthouse wedding and still have current financial status?
Courthouse wedding and still have current financial status.
Dog or cat?
Neither.
Being an artist or stay behind the scenes?
Both.
Spend $200 for a seminar or learn on social media and figure it out, and then if you need help you get professional help.
Jesus Christ, that's a long one. I just prefer to do it myself. Only because the experience is a lot more. For me, I have more history with the experience than actually paying somebody to teach me something. I don't think that's an experience for me.
Okay. Beard or no beard?
I like my beard, but I can do without it.
Okay, is it salmon or salmon?
What?
Is it salmon or salmon? How do you pronounce it?
Salmon is SAWMAN. Salmon is SALMON.
Is it salmon or salmon then?
It's not salmon. It's not neither one of them. Salmon
Like the
is
fish.
salmon.
The fish.
It's salmon.
It's salmon.
It's not salmon.
Okay. Braids or low cut or Caesar?
Braids.
Okay. Alright, anywho.
Which one you prefer?
Huh?
Which one you prefer?
Oh my gosh. Alright, so I have 10 questions. And you're going to pick a number. And whatever number that is, that's the question you have to answer.
Okay.
Okay, so pick a number. It's 1 through 10.
7.
Okay. One gym that has carried you through the years that can help someone else.
One gym that can carry me through the years. It's funny. I'm having a conversation in a text group with a bunch of people that I grew up with, and my best friend told me when he was moving was make the best out of your situation. Yeah, that's something that carried me since I was like 17 years old.
And that has helped you all through life.
All through life. Make the best out of your situation. Whatever situation you're in, you have to make the best out of it. Sometimes I haven't been always been in the best situations, and I make the best out of it, and that always helps me out.
So it's like turning crap into sugar.
Yes.
Okay. Pick another number.
5.
Okay. What do you think of today's music? Does it make you want to get back to rapping and show them how it's done? In case you guys didn't know, he used to rap, but now he's more behind the scenes. So if you go follow him, you can see that journey. But yeah.
Today, I don't compare today's music with music when I was doing it. It's different. I understand that it's different. I respect that it's different. There are some moments when I do want to, pick up my pen again. But I truly haven't been inspired to pick up my pen. This is just it's what's going on now is just not for me, and I respect that totally.
Right. Okay. Another number.
2.
Do you feel that a person's sign defines who they are? So like the zodiac sign.
Do I think a sign defines who a person is? I don't think it defines the person, but there are a lot of key traits in a sign. Like people always say, "Oh, I don't believe in that stuff," and that's fine. I some people, you don't have to agree with everything, but there are some key traits that come out of those signs.
Okay, let me ask you this: do you feel like people excuse their behavior because they're sign? Like, oh, I'm a Scorpio, so I'm just plain on me.
Yes, of course. People excuse their behavior with signs. People excuse their behavior with upbringing. So that's no different. Sign, upbringing, living circumstances, it's all the same thing at the end of the day. It's just an excuse.
Okay.
For bad behavior, of course, when the characteristics is good, also then they really want to claim it.
Right. Gotcha. Okay. Another number. That was 2 that you just chose.
So I did 7.
You did 2,
7,
5, and
minus,
7.
Yeah, so 7 minus 5 is 2. So 1.
Okay. What's your zodiac sign?
Gemini, the best sign in the world.
Okay. Next.
You know it.
Whatever. Next.
3.
If you could travel anywhere in the world right now, where would you go and why?
You said the world. I mean, like the universe or the world?
Anywhere in the world.
Because you didn't say the universe.
No, in the world, like on a map. If you could choose anywhere you can go right
Antarctica.
now. Why?
Because I want to know if people live there. No, I mean, I don't really hear people talk about Antarctica. I want to go. I want to go somewhere. I want to go somewhere where people. I know it has, people live there. I want to see how people live in Antarctica. It's cold all the time. Like, they don't complain about the weather. So I want to live out there with people. So this way, when I come back, to New York and stuff, I know how to deal with the cold weather.
Okay. That makes sense. Okay, so that was 3.
Learning experience. 4.
Okay. So, if you guys don't know, I've mentioned it before. My husband has a playlist. So, describe your playlist and what it means to you.
The playlist for me is it's a multitude of things. It's one it gives artists, for me, it gives artists the opportunity to promote their music without having to consistently promote their music. I mean, we live in a world where social media controls everything. Even when you do music, like you can be a person who's an excellent guitar player, but you still need to have Instagram skills and Twitter skills, you know? So I think that my playlist helps those people not have to worry so much about that aspect of their career. So that's what that does for me. It feels good, that's like a give back for all the years that I've done music, and I've been competitive, and I'm pretty sure I probably put some people in places that they didn't really need to be because I was really that good, but now I get to help out a little bit more, so for me it's the assisting other artists in helping their career grow. So that's what it does for me. It brings me joy to see other artists just be able to just focus on the craft as opposed to just have to focus on social media and their craft and everything else. I mean, they still have to do their social media stuff. I'm just a small thing, but at least you don't have to just feel like you're spamming your music.
Right.
You have somebody else who's promoting it, so you can share my story, and it's like, oh, look, the playlist is, he put my song on his playlist, as opposed to doing 10,000 pictures of your song.
Right.
So I'm trying not to go too long on it, but I am passionate about the playlist. I do enjoy it.
So you can tell everybody where to find your playlist and how to listen to your playlist too.
You can find it on all the major streaming platforms. There are more streaming platforms, but I only use the major 3, which everybody should know is Apple Music, Tidal, and Spotify. If you type in our OUR time TIME playlist, you will see a purple background with a tape, which is me revealing my age. Yeah, that's basically our time playlist. You can find it on any streaming platform.
And all that's going to be linked down below, so you guys can go follow and go listen to some indie artists if you're into that, which you should be. So anyway, next question.
So aggressive. I guess I'm at 6.
Okay, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Where do I see myself and where I want to see myself? I'm not really too I'm not going to sit here and lie and say I really know where I see myself in 5 years. I really haven't gotten to that point yet. I'm so busy dealing with today that I haven't really looked at what my 5-year goal and 5-year plan is. I should do that. promote that to people. I suggest people do stuff like that. But for me personally, I really don't know where I plan to be at in 5 years. I'm being very specific on the where I plan to be in 5 years because I know where I might want to be in 5 years, but I can't say that I plan to be there because I haven't really set up a strategic goal on how to get there.
Right.
Where I would like to be, I would definitely like to have my playlists and other platforms of music promotion going on. I don't want to give too much detail of what I'm working on because I don't like people to steal my ideas.
Right.
But copycatting is a form of flattering. But I would like, my playlist to be at a certain place, my music promotion to be at a certain place, and I would like to see you be pretty far in your career and whatever endeavors you choose to do. So that's really what I want in 5 years. I have kids. I have one kid that's going to be basically like 16 at that point in 5 years.
Right.
I gotta do it at she's 16. So I have way too many things that I would like to see it in 5 years. That to actually plan it is like, I'm not even there yet.
Okay. And so we got 2 more questions?
Yeah. Okay. There should be more than 2. It should be 3. It should be 8, 9.
Well, that was 6. You did 7.
I don't have 8. I didn't do it.
You didn't do 8, 9, and 10.
Yeah,
okay.
So I have 3 more.
Okay.
I'm counting. Let me do 10.
Okay. What is or was your favorite TV show and why?
What's my favorite what?
TV show.
What was?
Is or was
is or was my favorite TV show.
So it could be either or and why.
Jesus Christ. I've watched a lot of TV. For me to have a favorite TV show, wow.
Or it could be one that you liked a lot. It doesn't have to be a favorite, but one that it really sat with you while you were watching it, and you was like, okay.
I'm gonna say this is what I will say. I'm gonna say because it's a little bit more current, and I think that if you haven't watched the show, you should watch the show because it's a little bit. It pushes certain barriers a little bit. What the show that I really enjoyed was Black Mirror. And the reason why I enjoyed Black Mirror because some of those episodes are really hard to sit through. Okay. And with that being said, it's like it pushed it for me to actually sit through those episodes and have a certain mind frame while watching those episodes. Because whenever I watch a TV show, I kind of try to put myself in the show as opposed to just watching it for entertainment. I try to think what's going on with the characters and think how their brain should be thinking.
Yeah, I watched a few of those episodes and it was like, ooh.
Yeah, I'm always very empathetic when it comes to anything that I watch.
Right.
So yes, I cry sometimes with something sad. I'll admit to that. So that was a real good show that pushed the envelope. So I will say that's one of my favorite shows.
Okay. And if you guys don't know what Black Mirror is, that is on Netflix or was on Netflix?
It's still on Netflix.
Okay, so Netflix. Okay, so 8 or 9?
You choose.
Okay. Name something that most people wouldn't believe you like or are into. That's number 9. Why are you laughing?
Because I'm on YouTube. I have to keep it PG-13. Something that I'm into or I like that most people don't think I'm into. Oh. It's going to sound odd. But I'm into women's fashion. Not putting on the clothes, so don't get that weird. But I like looking at women's clothing. I like looking at the design of women's clothing. I think women in general are, they have to be always at a point where they always have to look their best, which is, you doing your nails and stuff like that. That's I don't have to get press on nails and put colors on my nails. I mean, it's a thing now, and I'm not knocking anybody for it. If they want to do that, that's fine. But that's mostly a woman thing where they have to get their nails done a certain way, they have to get their toes done a certain way, they have to match their bags with their nails and match hit the tips of their hair certain colors. So I think women's fashion is interesting. So I like to see when things get a little different and things not become like just consistent, like like when there's a craze, like when there's a craze for like the Uggs, when the Uggs came out and it became a craze and everybody was wearing the Uggs boots and they was wearing all the same color and everybody had to have that Ugg. I like when something breaks that and different things. So I like women's fashion.
Okay. Yeah. Would you do anything with women's fashion? Like, would you personally go to a factory or a fabric store?
I've thought about that for sure. I've definitely thought about that, but with so many other things that I'm trying to accomplish, it's never like the forefront of anything that I'm trying to do. So yeah, no.
It's just like a thought.
It's a thought. Yeah, it's not nothing I would pursue at this current moment.
Okay, so this is the last question. Mm-hmm. What is your favorite social media platform? Yo, you always laugh.
Because I mean, I don't really have a favorite. I mean,
okay, well,
I'm gonna answer the question.
Okay,
but I think social media is it's a thin line. Mm-hmm. Like it allows people to be fake and get away with it. Mm-hmm. I didn't grow up in times where, being fake was like, what's the word to say?
Glorified?
Like, yeah, that's the word I was thinking. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, social media is people being fake is glorified. With TikTok now, like you don't even have to be original with TikTok. Mm-hmm. You can actually listen to a sound and create your idea off of somebody else's, whole quote or line or sentence or phrase or whatever. So, as far as my favorite, I guess, because I've just grown so used to using it, I guess Instagram is my favorite. Mm-hmm. I just know how to use the platform really well. So I'll just say Instagram just because I know how to use it really well. Okay,
which one do you... Oh, this is like a bonus question. So which social media platform do you think is the most you could be like successful of? I think we always talk about the discoverability.
Even though it's a scary place, mm-hmm. I really like Twitter. Twitter is just really scary though.
Why?
Because it's an open conversation.
Okay.
And with open conversations, there are people who will give their opinions about things. There's people who state facts about things. And, there's people who fact check things. So I think it's good. It's good for, like I said, the whole idea of like people being allowed to be fake or whatever the case may be. But I just think Twitter is like, it's like being in the lunchroom in high school, and you have your people who make jokes about stuff, and you can end up the butt of a joke really quick on Twitter.
Yeah.
And you might not even mean to be the butt of a joke. You might be sincere about something and that. But that's the best. Twitter is probably the best discoverability as far as I'm concerned because it's just so open. For me, other than YouTube. YouTube would be a close second.
Right.
This wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
All right, well, that's all the questions I have. So you can let everybody know what's your Instagram information or where they can find you and listen to the playlist again for the last time.
Okay. I hate repeating myself.
Yeah, bruh.
All right, so on Instagram, it's Cash with a K. So it's KASHWITHAK. That's Instagram, and that's pretty much everything else. TikTok and all that other stuff, but if you look on TikTok, you just see pretty much an empty page. And then my playlist is Our Time, so it's not hour like TikTok, but Our OURTIME playlist, and that's on all the platforms, also Instagram, Twitter, everything like that. And yeah, if you know some artists that need their music put on the playlist, you can come holler at me. I don't guarantee spots. It has to be good music. I don't want to just put anything on the playlist.
Yeah, and don't hit him up saying, oh, well, if you guys didn't know, because I didn't think I'd do a whole introduction, this is my husband. This is my baby father. So, yeah, that's who this is I'm interviewing. So, if you guys are artists and you know people who are artists, don't be like, oh, we found you from Calicia's Tea. And she said, no, I didn't. If you have music and it's good, and yeah, you can hit him up. But if you know your music is trash, don't embarrass yourself like that. And I mean that with the most loving way. But anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I don't, and just to be clear on the word trash, I don't want anybody to think that your art is trash. I think everybody's art is different. I just, what I mean by not good music is there are certain certain elements that you have to have in the music.
I think trash to me is like if you're like, it just sounds straight up janky, because
right, for sure,
if the music is good, like the content of the music is good, the beat is good, the lyrics is good, but it sounds like you was like, right now we're recording in a car, so if you was recording by the riverside, by the train station, it's gonna sound janky. That's my definition of trash.
And that's what I want, but I just want to be clear on that as far as I'm concerned, because a lot of people, I know art. I've been an artist for years, and even with doing the playlist, I still look at it as an art. So, I don't want nobody to be like, "Yo, your music is trash, your playlist is trash." I will flip out,
right?
And it's just like, it's not that the music is trash. It's just that some things just don't sonically sound good.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not gonna sit there and listen to somebody thinking they're rapping and they're sounding like, they got a cat in their throat and they're trying to get it out. I'm not going to listen to that.
Right. So that's to clarify. So if you have music or you know somebody who has music, you can still hit him up, but just make sure it sounds decent. That's all.
Yeah. And you're putting it on Spotify. This is only music that's on Spotify, Apple Music, and Tidal. It has to be on one of those three platforms. It has to be on Spotify for sure. The other two platforms is not required, but it has to be on Spotify for sure. It has to sound good. That's all. It has to sound good. I know I'm probably over my time.
No, we got like a few more minutes left, but I actually got to go in with these kids. So I just want to say thank you so much for letting me interview you. I appreciate you. And if you want to come back, you always come back. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this.
She didn't hear that. Go ahead.
Did you just cuss?
I did. I definitely did not.
Were you about to?
I definitely did not. No.
Okay, so before we get out of here, if you guys are in a relationship, what we are currently doing is, we know that we curse a lot, but we didn't realize how much we curse. So we have this thing going where we are getting punished for the amount of curses that we have. And I am up to the number 13, and he is up to the number 9. And so for each punishment, there is... for each curse, there's a punishment. So we have different things, whether it's a workout, whether it's watch a favorite movie, it's cooking, it's a massage. So if you guys are looking for something to get connected with your partner, I suggest you do that. I think it's a lot to really think about what you say and how you say it. But I think it's bringing us closer and spicing up the intimacy without doing the intimacy. So... yeah, but we about to get up out of here because he gotta go and I gotta go. So yeah, be sure to like, subscribe, be good to you, be good to others, and check the description box for all his info. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.